Hi, welcome to Galway Lights. We're out in the bee yard today. It's kind of getting cold. Winter's around the corner. So today what I'm going to do is try and get these bees down into a smaller size box. Maybe remove a box. And as usual, I always forget everything that I need. So let's see what I do have. My smoker. And I got a bee box. One of my swarms died, so it's a glass hive. And so I plan to replace the dead bees with hopefully one of these 6 is still alive out here. I'm hoping this works. So now, thanks to my first sponsor, I got a smoker from a Chinese company called Maybe Bee Equipment, Maybe Hives or something like that. Maybe Hives, I think it is. So they're my sponsor today. And this is I've only used it like once or twice. So it's brand new, almost. And they gave me some interesting fuel. These are like recycled newspaper, ground up, and then put in these little rolls. Almost reminds me of like cigarette filters. And if you take this paper off of here, it's like wrapped around here a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And inside here is a bunch of recycled paper. You're supposed to use this as smoker fuel. So they gave me a bunch of these. Now, last time I did this, I did 3 of them in here. And 3 doesn't work very long. So I'm going to try, I don't know, it's 4, 7. Let's try 8. So we got 8 of them in there. So we're going to see if we can smoke 8 pieces of paper. And my favorite way is with the torch. And I do not know why, but my torch broke. See, it doesn't light anymore. It sparks. You can see the spark. See the spark? It fires. Fires with the tip off, but when you put the tip on, it doesn't fire. Very strange. So I'm going to try and light this thing with the smoker. There we go. Is it lit? Try again. That work? Working? Hot. All right, so there's the fuel. That's what it looks like when it's burning. We're gonna put our lid on. Now we got smoke. Smells like burned paper. Too much flow. So you're saying that we can regulate the flow on this? Let's try the flow. We'll reduce the flow. Something happened. I got dirt inside the tip here. I cleaned it out. You can see the light through, so it's cleaned out both sides. So, and then I played with the wire a little bit. Make sure it's sparking. But still doesn't want to work. I don't know. I messed something up. So we'll try to flow. See if we can get this screwed back on here. Too many tacos. All right, here we go. Nope. Okay, now we're going to try and block some of the flow down at the bottom here. All right, we blocked 2 holes. 2 little holes in the bottom. We'll block them. See? All right, we'll block 3 holes. All right, we'll block all the holes. Smells like nothing's coming out of here. And I do have the flow control glued up because the knob fell out, so I can't regulate the flow anymore. Try blocking with my finger. smells like propane, but doesn't. What do you mean danger? This is not dangerous. I mean, you can put this up your nose and it won't light, right? Wasting gas. All right. Well, I'll stop wasting gas. I'll get the... Cody, we got our smoker running. Let's see, it's still burning. We got a couple in there. All right, let's go check the bees out. That's what we're here for. Oh, and I have my smokeless, my fireless smoker. Does it work? Oh, you got to make sure you get these probes clean, because it's like a vape probe. They got to clean that off in there. Make sure it's got good connection to the pad here, because that gets all nasty. There it goes. That's a electric smoker. Technically, beekeeping gave it to me. Ha! It's awesome. First one out. All right. So we got that as a backup, and it's got this little magnetic tool here. That's supposed to be able to clip it on your body. I don't know. Where do I clip it? Ugh. Oh, by the way, it's kind of cold out here. I think it's in the 60s. So the bees aren't really out too much. Yesterday they were out. Today, but they've been hiding. There you go. So see, then you don't have to worry about, if you line this up, you don't have to lose your smoker. It goes with you. See that? Hangs out. Wow, didn't even know they had those. Yes, it's a battery operated smoker. It's like a Milwaukee type battery, 12 volt. And I can't stand this being backwards, but that's what happens with the lives. Everything's backwards. And it makes smoke from a glycerin-based formula. And I make it myself. Ta-da! It's actually pine straw that I burnt and collected all the smoke into this big gooey gunk. And then you put that inside the little tip here. It has a little flap. See the little flap here? You open this up. Ugh. It's all sticky. Well, slimy. So you got this little flap here, and then you stick the fluid in there. The problem with my stuff is it's so dark, you can't see through the clear container anymore. Tell whether it's full or not. I think it's full. So we got that so we can smoke the bees. Not much more of this left. This was my first try of making it. See it? It's like a runny, syrupy stuff. It smells like pine straw smoke. Oh, what else do I have? I have my backup hive tool. They gave me this from Maybe Hives. This is not the one I really like. I lost the one I like already. The one I like has like a J hook on the end of here, and this is another one from Maybe Hives. So I've been using this one. This seems to be kind of more like the J hook, but I don't like this. This is kind of being bent. I like it more flat. So I like that end, and I like that end. So maybe if I weld this to that and make the perfect hive tool, I don't know. All right, and I got my queen marking pen. It's not blue. The blue one, I don't know where it went. Got lost. So if I have to mark them. So let's get back into the bees. Bee smoker fuel. Yes, bee smoker fuel is pine straw that I've burnt. Pine straw is from the pine trees. It's like all their needles that fall on the ground, and I burnt it. And you can watch one of my YouTubes, and I burned it in a glass box like this. And I have my eye wave going, and it collects all the smoke down into the glass and then scrape it off. Can you see orange on the bees? Yes, you can see orange on the bees, I think. I don't think I've actually used orange yet. This will be the first time. Orange should work. I mean, you can see that, right? It's kind of like a... we'll have to stick around and see whether maybe we'll find a bee, we'll mark it with orange, just for fun. See, I smeared it already. Barely see it. Beekeeping ash. What? Beekeeping, aha. You're stealing the truck. Are you stealing the truck? Selling the truck? Yeah, right. No, this took too long to get. Too much work. I'd probably buy another one and do the same idea and make things differently because I mess up a lot of stuff on here. So anyway, let's get this over here to the bees. Got our smoker. I don't know if you can see it out here, but the flowers are all dead. These were the yellow flowers like 2 weeks ago. As you can see, they are crispy. And these were the blue flowers, and they are crispy. And I believe these were like the other orange flowers, and they're crispy. Now we do have some white flowers over here, but they are all much crispy. Oh, I see a flower. This is what they used to look like. Trust me. This is what the flowers used to look like. Well, prettier than that. It's horrible. So we're gonna get these bees out of here and feed them some sugar. So let's see if there's any bees in here. Now I've been feeding them with my sugar water, the soda bottle. I've done it a couple times. I haven't done it a whole lot. Now this is how you take the hives apart when they're stuck. You get your thing in the... See, this is like weird. Trying to pry in here like this, you got to push sideways. And then they have this side. This side is a little small. And you're kind of like pushing sideways. Kind of retarded. This tool, you can get in here, try and pry them up. There we go. We got it. Got loose. So there. Now you can see we've got a few bees on here. Now this is the second box. So the question is this all bees? And this is my soda bottle. It has a couple holes in here. Lets the sugar water out. Let's get the bees off of there. Alright, we should smoke them before they get to us. Just to make them happy, right? What this does, it makes them think the place is on fire. Fire, 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 fire! And then they go hide and start eating all the sugar or the honey. Oh, I bent this already? It doesn't want to fit. Gotta readjust this a little bit. Doesn't want to fit on my box. I think I bent it already. Can I get it out? There we go. A little further. Now it works. So now see, all the bees went down inside. They're all thinking the place is on fire. So now this is the way you pry the frames apart. With this tool like this. You can try this tool. You can try this way. But once you get them apart, then you get this J-hook thing. Put it down in there. You pry them up. Once you get the first one up, once you usually get the rest out. Alright. So we got some bees. And they don't like it out here in the cold. Do we have any food in there? I don't see anything in there at all. Oh, there we go. See the shiny stuff? That's like shiny stuff. So they got some sugar water in there. And see how they're burying their bodies down inside of themselves trying to get that honey? They're trying to stay warm. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and reduce these down to one box. Because we don't want extra space. These poor buggers try to live in the winter. Let's see. So So here's an example. See, this is nice comb, honeycomb, and they're starting to draw it out, but there's no food on here. So this is wasted space. We gotta get rid of this stuff. So let's make this the glass hive. Glass hive is 1/4 inch glass in an aluminum frame. See, I got aluminum angle iron, and I have flat metal on the top. That way that when I pry apart the frames, I don't mess up the glass. And then on the side, we have a piece of flat glass, so I can pry apart on there. And then this keeps the glass reinforced, so you don't bust it up too easy. And then on the inside, we've got extended aluminum down this side here, and that makes our little rail right here. So the frames, the way they sit right on top of that rail, they're actually sitting on top of the glass. That's the 1/4 inch glass, and it has a little bit of spacer in there. That way that it acts just like a wood box. So we're gonna build a glass hive here. So what we'll do is we'll use the top cover as a bottom board. Normally you got to put one of these on, but this is so cold out here. I don't think the bees are going to bother me. So we'll see. We'll see if this other is good. See, nothing on it. They just started to draw it out. So we'll toss that one. All right, so now the next frame, this is the one that has some bees on it. So we'll stick that in this box. And this is the other one that had some bees on it. This is the one that has the food. All right, so we'll put that down in here. That'll be a second box. All right, I see some bees around my head. All right, so let's see. We'll put this on. This is also by Maybe Hives. And if you get anything from Maybe Hives, they said in their comments when I said that this hat's too small for my head, that everything's made universal. I said, well, universal is too small. So universal doesn't work. So I don't know how universal is going to be any good when somebody buys this kit, because if it doesn't fit your head, universal is not going to work so good. So it has these two straps, and it has this darker side, that's where you look through, and then the brown side you don't look through. So, and then it has inside here this little strap around the hat. You're supposed to put around your chin. This has no elasticity, so it doesn't work. And then there's this little thing that's supposed to tighten it up with, so you can tighten up the string, and that doesn't hold, so it's useless. I don't know. I guess that's why I'm here, to let you know that maybe doesn't work. And see, this hat doesn't really fit on your head. It's too small. It doesn't. Maybe if you stretch it real good. There we go. Now it's on my head. It hurts. And then you're supposed to take this little strap here. Where'd the strap go? I don't even know where the strap went. Here it is. Here's the strap. You're supposed to take this little strap here, and you're supposed to put this under your chin. Yeah. Pull this little tab here, and you're supposed to pull this under your chin like this, so the hat doesn't come off. But as you can see, the string doesn't hold. Bring in all right, pure organic honey. Yeah, this is pure organic with a little bit of sugar water if I miss any, because that's what I feed the bees, is pure sugar cane water. So theoretically it should be pure. Of course, You never know, the bees might be getting their stuff from, like I tell people, some of these trash cans, little Coke cans and stuff like that. That's sweet. They might be getting it, so you might be getting trash honey. So organic is baloney. Let's see here. What do we got here? I don't see anything in there. Looks like it's empty. Oh, yep, empty. And it's not even completely drawn out. See, it's still foundation on the bottom. So it's kind of not a good frame for them to be hanging around on because they can't really do anything with it. But we'll put that in this box since they're on it. And there's a little bit of propolis on the ends here. Look at this. It gets this propolis on here. So we gotta scrape this stuff off because it won't fit down in my box. So that's what this tool's for, to scrape all this nonsense off. So now, see, now it will fit down in my box. I think they wanted it this way. Here we go. So now it fits right in there. Perfect. See it? Here's another one. I'll show you. Oh, now this one's heavy. This got some weight to it. Look at it. See the food? Food. There you go. See that shiny stuff? That's their food. So they got food. Got one on my finger. Finger bee. All right. Get you back in the hive. So this one works. Now see if this fits down in here. Look at that. See it? It's sticking up. So we gotta take this little end here and get rid of all this propolis. There it goes. Now it fits in there perfectly. Here's another one. This one doesn't have any drawn foundation. See, it's an empty frame. See that? So I'm gonna make the call. Forget it. We're not gonna use this frame. This one, this is a dud frame. You don't want that. So I'm gonna get this frame out of here. That's all the bees in the bottom. See, now they're gonna march into the pile. All right, so we got quite a few bees in here. Let's see if this one's any good. Yeah, see, this is drawn, but there's nothing on here. So we're gonna get rid of this frame too. Down you go. This don't hurt them, they just fall off. See? Got a couple stragglers. See? Alright, they do have a little bit of food in here. Look. Uh-oh. So what we can do is we can let them have this to take down in the bottom later. So we'll save that off to the side. Anything else down in here that's any good? Yeah, this is a dud frame. Look, there's nothing on there. Not even any bees. So get rid of that one. That one's junk. How about this one? Yeah, see, there's nothing on there. Get rid of that one. So now we got one more box we got to get out of here. Try and reduce them down. See if this hive tool opens this up. Can't get it in there. So I don't know. I gotta go back to this tool to open it up. Let's see. I'll try popping this on the end here. Pop it. Oh, my hand. There we go. We got it in there. Pry it up. Now we got this box ready to roll. Oh, we got some bees in here though. Stragglers. So let's let them try and crawl back in. Go back in there. Go say hi to Mama. Come on, out of here. Back into Mama. I think that's the last two. Oops, we squished one. Killed a bee on YouTube. Now, if you really want to make sure that they don't have any more pain, you just finish them off. Because now their brain's completely gone. So they don't have to suffer. Alright, that box is completely empty. Alright, so let's try focus on the lens. I'm tapping on it. Zip, zap, zip. I'm tapping on the lens. I can't stand the focus. It's not automatic and it doesn't seem to follow what you want to do it. We are pests, Cody. We are definitely pests. But the advantage is we kind of take care of their boxes. So we got a nice solid house for them to live in. So that's one advantage. And the disadvantage, we take away their honey. But they actually get too much honey and then it gets covered with all kinds of pests. And then they run out of room. So we kind of manage their space. So it's kind of a two-sided thing. Now this bee won't come off. See it? See if we can get her off. She's gone. All right. So we'll get rid of that frame. Let's try this one here. Anything on here worth keeping? It's a lot of bees on it. Oh! There's honey in there. You see it? It's capped honey. So we got to keep that one because that's their stores for the winter. We'll stick that in there. I'm not sure if we're going to put that in the middle or on the end because there might be brood in here. So we might want to keep that in the middle. We got to get this bee out of the way. See them? Kind of wiggle your thing, your tool, until they get out of the way. See it? See they're down in there? Just kind of get them out of the way. So hopefully you don't squish them. Sometimes you get one. And then it's easier if you grab it in the middle. If you're doing one-handed. You kind of grab it with your fingers, but you kind of slowly get in there and the bees, see, they get out of your way as you move your hands around. And you can grab it. See, they kind of move out of your way. Alright, so what do we have on this one? Yep. Oh man, these plants got me. You see that? You see that plant? Oh, man. Alright, so there's food on this one too. See it? You see it shining in the sun? Where's that sun? That's the problem with cameras. The sun is on the wrong angle. There, see it? Shiny stuff? So, there's a reason to keep this frame. So we'll put that down in here too. Alright, so what I'm going to think is maybe we'll put one more of these from the center, in the center here. And then we'll pretend the outside is this outside. We'll kind of flip it around. That's the plan. Don't they need honey? Yes, they need honey. But they also can live off of sugar water. Apparently, sugar water is easier for them to eat because it doesn't have all the other deposits and minerals and stuff like that in there. And so they don't have to poop as much. Because when it's cold, see, look at, get them out of the way. When it's cold out there, they can't fly and poop because they don't want to poop in the hive. And if they poop, they get constipated. Or if they don't poop, they get constipated. So the sugar water is actually better for them because then they don't have to worry about being constipated and getting sick in the winter months. Alright, so let's put that one right down inside there. Ooh, I just squished one with my fingers. See, they get on your hands. If you're wearing gloves, you can't feel these bees. But because I got no gloves, when I squish my hands on them, I can feel them in between my hands, and then I don't hurt them. See? They just get out of my way. Now, if you squish them too hard, they sting you because they think you're trying to kill them. So hopefully she's gone. Now I don't have to worry about her getting squished. Is there any food in here? I don't really see anything on there. It's kind of empty. You know what? Let's just shake this one off just to find out if we can see anything on there. Oh, yep. There's a bit of shiny, glycery stuff right there. See it? All right, so we'll keep this one. But it's not a whole lot. See, it's a little bit here and there. So what we'll do is we'll put this out toward the back. All right, so we got one more here. It's got a lot of bees on it. Let's see what they got here. Again, I'm going to show you if I can grab it in the middle without getting stung. There we go. See anything in here? I really can't tell. Let's shake this one off too. Whoops. I think they went on the ground. Yep, they got a little bit of food right there, right in the top. And there's not much drawn out. So let's get rid of this frame completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it on the one end here. That way I can knock them completely out of here. We got a couple bees on this end here. See it? We'll knock them out. Oops, got some hiding right up here. One hiding. See it? Alright, no more bees. Alright, so that frame is junk. So what I'm going to do is put them in the freezer, because otherwise there's wax moths and hive beetles that have eggs and stuff hiding in these frames, and they'll take over the frames if you store them without freezing them first. Alright, I think this one's got to be tossed too. I don't see anything in there. Alright, so then what we'll do is we'll stick this one back in. It has a little bit of honey. Actually, it's not even honey, it's what they call nectar. See it? It's wet. It hasn't been dried out enough. See it down in there? So that's a cell that has no nectar in it. And that's a cell that has nectar in it. See it? See how they're trying to eat it because they think it's being stolen? So we'll stick that in here. Now we need one more. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need one more frame. We're going to fill out this box. So now the problem with the glass hive is you don't want to push against this glass because you'll break it. So I push against the top, this top rail. And you push these frames over and we get one more in here. Let's see, is it this one we should use? Nah, there's nothing on there. How about this one? This is a nice old frame. Should we use this one or this one? Let's try this one. And that'll complete this box. So now that they're going to be in just one box, the chances are that they can take care of and maintain this space are better. When you got to get the bottom board back, so they can go back into their box, because right now they're trying to go into an empty box because they don't know that I moved it. See, they're all going right there. We'll put their box back. Oops, over here. Try and move this in gently so we won't squish too many. Nope, I heard one squished. That's disgusting. Then we'll put our lid on here. So this has a little lip on the top, so that gives them a little bit of space. We'll gently put this on here and hopefully to get out of the way. If they don't, they get squished. Alright, so that should complete that box. So I use this Astro foil double bubble. It's basically like shipping plastic. It's got the big bubbles and they got aluminum foil coating. Actually, it's just like painted with aluminum in between the bubbles. And I got some Velcro that I glued on the one side, so that'll help make. We'll wrap this, and I like to put the Velcro in the back. That way I can sneak in on them, not bother them. And then we got our lid. This is not the right lid for this. Usually when I put this insulation, I put a bigger lid. So we'll have to get a different lid later on when I get back. But for now, we'll just slip this down. Alright, so now we're going to make sure when we strap this that it's not attached to this base here, because otherwise, when I go to move it at night, it will come with me. I don't want this framework on here when I'm lifting it up. So we're going to swing this hook underneath, grab it from the other side, try and find this other hook, hook the two hooks together, pull up the strap, try and get the ratchet toward the top so I don't bend down when I'm doing it, save your back. These get a little bit rough being out in the weather, you almost need to oil them. Alright, I'm going to crank that down pretty tight so then tonight I'll be able to grab this whole thing and lift the whole box by the strap. Then I'm going to take this extra and put it underneath here and tie a knot. That way it's pitch black, I don't trip on all this stuff. And the idea is moving them at night, they stay in the boxes better. So hopefully they'll all go home. The rest of these bees, they're all running around to find the right box to go in. Now see this box, we don't want them coming back in here, so we're going to take this, move it. I'm going to take all these frames and move them. That way that the bees don't come back here and find them right away. Hopefully they'll be all empty. No bees on them. Let's see right now, the bees are coming onto the frames. See it? They think it's honey or I don't know what it is, but they're hanging out on the frames and we don't want that. We don't take them home without any bees on them. Alright, so got some more. Maybe there's something in here that's finding. I don't know. There might be other bees thinking they found something to eat. I have less to carry at night. Alright. Alright, so let's go to the next box. Here's a bee that got killed. See it? See that thing, stuff sticking out of the backside? It stung something, and the stinger got ripped out of its body, so now it's going to die because the stinger got removed. So now we'll try this next hive, see how they are. Wasps, I don't like them because they can sting you, right? So we're going to get rid of them. They might help other people, but not me. Not in here. We don't need them hanging around here. I don't need them crawling up my leg, working on them. So now I know where they're at. They're dead. So this should be the feeder. Alright, so we got a nice feeder. And so this one should be easy because it's just one box there. So we should just be able to remove this feeder and they will be ready to go. So get rid of the feeder. So we'll shake them off. No more bees. No more feeder. So now we can take this lid and stick it on the top, and this will be ready to roll. We can take that home. Now we got a little problem here. So we have a piece of publicity signs. We'll stick that on the top. And then we got our inner cover, our hive lid. Well, they call us a telescoping cover because it has these sides on here that kind of go over top of the edge of the box. Oh, we got one bee that's outside. Here, let me help you. Nope, doesn't want to help. So we'll put this lid on. Oh man, you saw that? Fell off. Fell off the stand. Lift that baby back on there. Very light. I'm lifting this as like very light, so they need food. Now I gotta put our lid back on. So I gotta start feeding these guys. Strap down for tonight. Use this hive, take it home and feed them. We'll probably try and fondant. I might try a little bit of sugar water. I don't know. Depends on my mood. Some people say the sugar water time is over because it's too cold and they can't dry it out. And then it gets all funky. And too much moisture in the hive. Early in the season they would have time to dry it out, but right now it's getting colder at night. So the chances that they can dry it out next to none. Alright, so I should be able to pick that up, take that home. Let's go find the next one. I've got 4 to go. 6 colonies in total. I'm going to see what this colony is doing here. This should be just a feeder box on the top. Oh, we got one of these jumping spiders. You see them? Jumping spiders. They're very common. Just get used to it. See, they jumpy. Ooh, where'd it go? I don't know. There it is. Just get used to spiders. Alright, so now we're going to try opening up this colony here. And if you ever make your boxes, make sure you glue all the woodware. Oh, there's an earwick. You see that? Glue your woodware. Don't just nail it, because as you can see, this stuff just comes right apart. Very annoying. Now this tool is also a hammer. So, no problem, we got it back together. Alright, so looks like the bees are down here on the one side. So this box could actually be reduced down to like a nuke size, they call it. I'm going to try and get the box apart. This tool is annoying. How are you supposed to do this? Did I get it? I'm going to get rid of these bees. And take this. Oops, one bee right there. Knock her off. Alright, we'll take that, throw that out there so we can keep the bees from jumping on it. See these frames in here? I really think this is just wasted space. So what I'm going to do is reduce these guys down to like a nuke size and put in a filler, like a pillow on the sides. Oh, one stung me. You see it? Somebody just stung me. See it? See how they spin around? That's their stinger, trying to rip it out of their body. See the guts? And that's the stinger. So now, if you take that sting and get rid of it quickly, then the pain doesn't last as much. So see that stinger? So what you do is you get your hive tool and you scrape that out. Scrape that stinger. See it? That's the first sting. Now, since I got that out of here right away, and since I've been doing beekeeping for a while, it doesn't bother me much at all. Some people, that might send them to the hospital. Since I got my fancy smoker here, technically beekeeping, let them know that I'm here. Look at that. Instant smoke. Store it right here on my neck. Look at that. So what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of these extra frames, because I'm just gonna fill this in with pillows, and that way that these frames don't get a bunch of bugs in there. Because if they can't manage the bugs will take over the hive. And there's no food in there, so they don't really need this. They don't need all this stuff that's going to get all funky. Now you can't do this during the summer months because they would be filling all this up with comb. But in the winter, they're not building combs, so there's no flowers, there's no food, so they're just kind of like hanging out. Wait, there's a couple of bees, so what we'll do is knock them in. There, see? This is a wasted frame. They can't use that anyway. So they're down to four frames. And we'll put on our lid. The lid's not sitting on right. What the heck? Oh, these two frames are sticking up. Okay, here we go. And we put on our little cover. Put on the telescoping cover. And this box should be ready for winter. Actually moving. I still gotta feed them yet because they probably don't have much food at all in here. Now this feels a little bit heavier. They got a little something going on there. Let's go to the next one. I don't even have a bump. Oh, yes I do. I have a little bit of a bump right there. Right there is just a little bit of swollen. Now, sometimes the little piece of the tip of the stinger sticks in there, and later on it'll itch, and you have to scrape that out because it broke off in your hand or skin. That's pain. All right, so we got 3 more to go. Loose. Now is that going to live? I don't think so. How can that live under? There's only 2 frames of bees. We call it a frame of bees. Actually, it's 1 frame of bees. Because when it covers the 2 cracks on either side, we call it a frame of bees. Because it's not covering the 2 sides of this one with bees, we don't count that one. So we just count this one because it has bees on both sides of this frame. So it's 1 frame of bees, and then over here is empty space. So they just have 1 frame full of bees. There's no way they're going to live. No way. What we might need to do is add some bees from another group. Try and get their numbers up or something. Because they're not going to have enough energy to stay alive. The numbers are going to just keep dying out during the winter. There'll be nobody left. Alright, so we'll take out this extra stuff in here that they don't need. That's a beautiful comb now. Shame. We'll be gentle with that one because that'll break off. Anything in here? No, this is just empty space. So then let's see, we'll try this side. That's a beautiful comb. Look at that. Yeah. It's a shame. They just didn't get enough food. Didn't grow. I'm finding out that the bees, even though they have all these flowers in this field, see there's some old brood. Is that old brood? Or is that honey? That's old brood, see it? So it looks like it's maybe good, but it's not. It's all dead brood in there that they abandoned. Dead bees that never grew up. See that? Poor things. Never became a bee. That sometimes happens when they get cold. Yep, see that? That's all dead brood. So I may have added some brood in here, and they just didn't have enough numbers to take care of it. So trying to help out bees that aren't doing so good, sometimes it backfires on you. See, that's some brood that didn't hatch out. Sometimes there's nothing you can do with them. They're just gonna dwindle and die. So some people, they just combine them with another colony. Let them become a bigger colony. Should we do that? Call it quits? They say to count your losses. Count your losses and get it over with. Should we do it? What's the verdict? North Hank? Should we just combine this group? We'll stick them together. We'll stick them with this group. Then it'll become a bigger group. Whichever colony wins, wins. Should we do it? They might not even have a queen. That might be their problem. Let's see. Do they have a queen in here? They got babies. Look, there's some brood. There's some brood. What we'll do is we'll take this brood and stick it right in the middle here. That way they can keep that warm. Stick that right in the middle here. Slide these frames right on over. We'll stick this brood right here, right in the between. That way it stays nice and warm. If there's a queen on it, one of them's going to die. One will live, hopefully. Hopefully they don't hurt the good queen that lives. Any brood on this one? Got a lot of stores. Get the honey up the top. We'll stick that in here. It'll become a bigger colony, hopefully. So now we lost one colony. Hopefully they live together. That's what they say to do. Take the losses now and save what you can. So we'll try it. We'll try it. Get this out of here so they can fly away. How are you not getting stung? Because it's kind of cold out here, Jacob. They're not really flying around a whole lot. Now I'm wearing a veil just as preventative, because if you get stung in the eyeballs, definitely not a good thing. If I didn't have my veil on, that would be shooting me in the ear or something. This is the biggest group out here. These were all splits that I started in the summer, and as you can see, they didn't really grow. Some of them grew a little bit, but they really haven't done a whole lot. So we got nothing on the inner cover. We got 2 feeder shims because I didn't have enough soda bottle space, so 2 feeder shims. They're like 3 inches wide. Soda bottles wouldn't fit otherwise, because these are kind of large. So that made, these are all splits, all new stuff. This is what a whole year's growth. Feeding maybe 3 or 4 times is all I did, and this is what we got. We'll try smoking them just to be being here. is all empty space then. You should be able to reduce these down. Oh, one box maybe. We got bees. Alright, so we're going to have to start shaking these bees down. There's more bees than I was expecting. Maybe they're just in the top box. Let's take a look. This is not usual for me. I don't usually have this many bees. See if I can get this thing apart. All right, we got some down here too. Let's see if we can take this frame out. Yes, so there's nothing on there. That's just foundation. So let's get rid of those. That we can take out. I don't see any food on there. Nice new comb though. Oh, damn, come on. There, now they're going. Let's see, is this anything worth keeping? I don't really see much on their food, do you? Let's see if they come off this way. Some people shake them inside. Got a couple off. I think this way works best. Oh, they do have a little bit of food in there, so we might keep that one. Yeah, there's a lot of food in this one. I don't know if you can see the glistening. So we'll keep that one. It's just pretty much on the one side. Oh, dropped it. Yeah, there's a lot of food in there. I don't know if you can see all the sugar water. Yeah, still sugar water in this one too. I don't know if you can see that or not. So we'll keep that one. So a little bit of sugar water in this one too. I guess we'll keep that one. This is just pollen. We'll take this out of here. This is not really drawing at all, so that's out of here. So now we should get a little more work and we'll get it down to one box. Not much of anything here, just pollen. Ow! That got me. See that? It's the second sting and that hurts. So what we'll do is we'll scrape that out before it. And see that? The just little tip is still, that's the stinger. But there's still a little piece right there. A little piece broke off. So what we'll do is we'll scrape that with our fingernail. See if we can get that little piece out of there. Maybe it won't itch as much. There we go. That's the stinger. I don't know if you can see that. It's still pumping. Pumping. Muscles keep pumping that fluid into your body. So now, let's see if we got anything on this frame. I don't think so. Oh, there was a little bit of honey on there, so actually nectar, so we'll keep that one. There's a lot of bees on here, so we'll just go ahead and throw the whole thing in there. This one is just undrawn foundation. See it? See, it's still the plastic. So I think we'll toss this one. Oh, they do have food in there. All right, so we'll keep it. We'll stick it to the outside. Ow! Sting number 2. All right, that's number 3. I'm sorry. So what I like to do is smoke my hands. Kind of makes it hide the idea that you're a beekeeper, and maybe they'll stop stinging you. All right, let's see if that works. That's number 3. That's got a lot of food on it, so we'll go ahead and stick that one down in there. It's got a lot of food on it too. Let's see if we can stick it right in the middle. What I do sometimes, fry them, I just take the whole frame and just tilt it sideways. It spreads it just enough to get them down in there. The bee that stung me finally came out of my sleeve. There's the culprit. See, it lost its stinger. Dead bee. Where'd you go? Have any food? Yep. Got food, so we'll go ahead and stick that down in here. And that should be the end of the box, because we're full. Ten frames, no more room. So, this frame has got to go. And it's just foundation, so she's gone. This one's just foundation, that one's gone. That one's just foundation, that one's gone. This is just a box. So that's gone. And this one had some food on it. So what we'll do, we'll leave that out here. We'll put it in maybe another hive. We got some bees on the lid, so we'll try and knock them in. All right. So now they just need an inner cover. Seal them up. We put it on an angle, straighten it up slowly. Hopefully not squished a whole bunch of bees that way. Go ahead and center up this bottom box so it's on the stand correctly. Ready for moving tonight. Slide it over here. Put on our lid. Strap this down, ready for tonight. This one is the best one. It's got, I think the numbers is the key. The more numbers of bees you got, the more chances they can find food. That's my opinion. Alright. Yeah, that one's probably the heaviest one. That one will hurt your back a little bit. And the Langstroth, Reverend Langstroth was this system. And spacing together, propolis, so there's 3/8 inch gaps between everything. I'll give you an example. So on a B frame, they have this fancy shape on the end here, and when you put these together in the colony, in the box, they touch here, but down here is a 3/8 inch gap. The idea is if it's 3/8 inch, the bees will not glue it together. If it's any wider, they will fill it with comb and glue it together. So that's a 3/8 inch gap. So the only place you have to pry apart is right here at the top, because that gets glued together because it's less than 3/8. Then when you go to the top of the frames, this part is the spot that gets glued together, but in between here is a 3/8 inch gap. So this does not get glued together. That gets maintained nice and clean. And then on the bottom, this is where they put the comb on both sides. So they will fill this out until it's almost 3/8 inch gap between the two, and it won't be stuck together. And then magically, it'll be separatable later on. There'll be comb on each side. So they will almost be touching, but not touching. And the only part it'll be glued together is right here. There's a 3/8 inch gap here, and a 3/8 inch gap here in between these frames and the side walls. So that way they don't glue it to the side of the box, but they do glue all this together because there's no gap here. So you got to constantly break this apart because they glue that together. And then on the bottom of the box, there's a 3/8 inch gap from one box to the next. But as you can see on mine, they're almost touching. So these frames almost touch the others. So they probably should be able to seal these. This box is probably just a hair shy. 3/8 inch short, too short when I made it. But that's the gapping. All nice and spaced. Alright, so we got one more box to play with. This one is another small one. Look at this. That's the first time I've ever seen one of them out here in a bee yard. That's a praying mantis. They will actually eat your bees. They actually cut them apart in pieces and eat them. And this is the female. See, she's got the big fat butt in the back. She's ready to lay some eggs and reproduce for next year. Well, the battery is almost dead on the camera. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.